The Biden family is setting aside politics this weekend for the best possible reason, a White House wedding. The marriage of President Biden's oldest grandchild, Naomi, to her fiancé, Peter Neal. She'll be the first granddaughter of a president to get married at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. But it's far from the first wedding to take place there. NBC's chief White House correspondent and host of Weekend Today, Kristen Welker, is at the White House. And Kristen, the forecast is for some really cold weather this weekend. How is that going to affect the festivities?
Well, they are being told to bundle up because the ceremony is going to take place on the South Lawn, Andrea, and then there are going to be some events indoors. But you're absolutely right. This is a rare and special event. Naomi Biden, daughter of Hunter Biden, is about to join a very small club of brides who've gotten married here at the White House. Only 18 couples have said I do here. But this will be the first wedding on the South Lawn, the first granddaughter, as you noted. And Naomi is incredibly close with her grandfather. In fact, she calls him Pop. Here at the White House, the staff is busy preparing for what is sure to be an unforgettable affair. Instead of saying hail to the chief, they're saying here comes the bride at the White House this weekend. 28-year-old Naomi Biden, the first granddaughter of the president and first lady, is about to say I do to her longtime love, 25-year-old Peter Neal. The bride-to-be revealing on social media the venue will be the South Lawn. Michael LaRosa is the former press secretary to First Lady Jill Biden.
It's going to be a wedding infused with a lot of love, a lot of laughter and traditions.
White House weddings are rare, only 18 in U.S. history. The last time an immediate member of the first family got married here was more than 50 years ago.
On the arm of her father, both smiling very happily.
When Tricia Nixon Cox, daughter of former President Richard Nixon, said I do in the Rose Garden. But it was Alice Roosevelt Longworth's wedding in 1906 that's considered the greatest in White House history, attended by more than 1,000 people and dominating headlines for weeks. Decades later, in 1967, another unforgettable affair when Linda Bird Johnson Robb, daughter of LBJ, tied the knot in the East Room, wowing her 500 guests in her satin gown, her groom in his military uniform.
They say that home weddings are the nicest, and if home happens to be the White House, so much the better.
In 2008, today's Jenna Bush Hager, who married her love Henry Hager in Texas, celebrated with a White House reception a month later. But you don't have to be related to the first family to get married here. About a decade ago, Pete Souza, the official Obama White House photographer, held his nuptials in the Rose Garden. Anita McBride, the former chief of staff to former First Lady Laura Bush, says a White House wedding is always an event to remember.
No matter how you may feel about a particular administration, you can't help but be happy for a couple who's starting their lives. And to have it happen at the White House, that's a very unique and special part of history.
It really is so incredibly unique, Andrea, and the Bidens are celebrating a lot this weekend. The president turns 80 on Sunday. Now, as for the wedding, the Bidens are paying for everything. And perhaps one of the most interesting parts, Naomi and Peter don't have to travel too far because, Andrea, they already live here at the White House.
It really is a family, and they haven't said who's officiating, right?
They have not said who's officiating. They haven't said who's designed the bride's gown. All of these are questions that we are working our sources on, Andrea, trying to get to the bottom of.
And I noted that you said she's the first granddaughter because John Adams II was married at the White House, but actually he was a grandson to a previous president, John Quincy Adams. So he was the son of the current president, the sitting president.
That's right. And I think, look, there are so many firsts, as you point out. First granddaughter, first wedding on the South Lawn. I tried to take a peek and see if I could see any of the preparations. Right now, they're just big trucks, so we anticipate that those are a part of the preps. But the entire staff here, Andrea, we are getting the sense is all hands on deck to make this a perfect day.
We should say that the mother of the bride is Kathleen. Kathleen, who, of course, was Hunter Biden's first wife. So
yes, and she'll be here as well.
Well, you've got all the details covered. Kristen Welker.